Dada? Say go, Daddy? Go, Daddy.
Welcome in, race fans, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Back in action, it is your Red Light Racing Series here tonight for the Racing School 100 here tonight from the Thompson Speedway. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of creative and fun things here tonight from this little half-mile track nestled in the little hills here up in Connecticut. A couple good things here for these drivers going on. Some fun activities, like I said. We're getting to that just a little bit later here, but at the top of the boards, it is going to be the number 2 of Josh Buckley here at Thompson early on in our practice session. And while he's at the top of the boards, let's take a quick look here at our Red Light SK Modified Series point standing so far. This is how things shake up after the drop week is added in. And Blade Timmons right now has your top spot in your point standings, though he is not far ahead of the driver of Max Terriel, who has been on a roll here with the Red Light Series. He sits there 1 point back in the second spot. Chuck Sweeting always quick out here with the Modified Series. He is sitting third, only 4 points out of the lead, and wow, look at that man sitting there in fourth. It's better than Michael Trevarthen, who's sitting there fifth. Fifth is Trevarthen, 7 points back. Technically, I guess you can call it a dead heat, really, for the fourth position with none other than this man here on the microphone tonight. Josh Buckley, though, sitting there sixth and a respectable 8 points back. Everything is really tight here. You only see a point or two separating everybody. Don Cohnman is sitting there seventh, 9 points back. He's tied with Doug Ungari, who is in the process of moving to Montaigne. Ninth position tonight on your point standings is David Camara. He is tied for that ninth position with Brian Robinson. That is your top 10 right now in your SK Modified point standings. And, well, time is clicking off here in practice from the Thompson Speedway, or Thompson International Speedway, we should say. Josh Buckley, Timmons, Sweeting, your top 3 here on top of the boards. Question being, though, can they back that up once we get to the qualifying session, which will be 2 laps coming up here in about 50 seconds. So let's step away for just a quick moment, and we'll be right back here for your Racing School 100 tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Thompson Speedway. As you see, drivers on the track here in qualifying. One of the first drivers out there will be Michael Trevarthen. He is sitting right now third on our qualifying grid out of the 5 drivers who have taken a timed lap here. So he is sitting third here with his Menards 31 machine. Last week, coming home in the 4th position, trying to better himself right now. Is his second lap not going to count, so we're going to revert back to lap number 1 for Michael Trevarthen. It is an 18.844, the best time for himself. Looks like 6 drivers have thrown in a couple qualifying laps here. Chuck Sweeting is sitting there second. Blade Timmons is sitting there in P number 1 with an 18.710. Now coming out onto the racetrack, here comes the driver of the number 33. The RacingSchool.net machine. 877 Ken Race is the number you want to dial if you want to head over to the Thompson International Speedway and get behind the wheel, possibly, of some of these race cars, like you're going to see here tonight on the screen. Right now, though, Dan Butler is behind the wheel of that 33, the Racing School machine. He is down the backstretch here, officially on the clock here, lap number 1, over the little bit of a hump down there, down in turn number 3. He will come out of 4, looking to see what kind of time he put in. It's going to be an 18.69, or 18.708, correction. So that is the new quick time out there with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Butler going to go to the top of the board. Maybe he has a little bit of advantage. Maybe he's been to the track a couple times. He's been practicing. Maybe a little unfair advantage, if you will. Second lap for Butler going to be a little bit slower, so 18.708 is the time all these drivers are chasing. Now taking to the track here slowly down the backstretch will be this 37, Brian Robinson. And it looks like Robinson's going to take it back to the hauler real quick here, see if he can slap on some new tires or something. Still out there on track. Trevarthen getting in a little bit of extra practice time. Joshua Buckley now will roll out in the RacingSchool.net number 2 machine. Some new colors here for Buckley this weekend. Buckley said after last week's race, he's looking to have a really good run here from the Thompson International Speedway. He's been there before. He's seen the track in person, so he has an idea of a little bit of the driving points, you know, where to pick up the throttle possibly, where to get off, maybe if you need to roll the brake just a little bit. He says he has a good idea, so let's check it out here on his qualifying lap. It will be through 3 and 4 this time. Let's see where he will slot in as he comes down past the start finish line. He'll go P number 118.649 for the driver of the number 2 here tonight. So that is the new quick time. He has one more lap left in the books. What will he do this time? Back out of turn 3, out of 4, back to the front stretch. Here he comes. Not going to be able to better it. It's going to be 18.7. We have a new second fastest lap time out here, though, tonight. It'll be the 37 of Brian Robinson, so really good qualifying effort by the 37 there, but Josh Buckley now going to be the provisional pole sitter with one more driver here tonight to take a qualifying attempt. First attempt at the SK Modified Series this year here with the Red Light Scrambler, or with the Red Light Racing Series. Scrambler Series on Monday night, SK Modifieds here on a Friday night. And this is none other than the 97 Winston machine of Lee Betzol. Betzol, strong competitor on Monday night, trying his little bit of short track action, see where he's going to go. It's going to be 9th quickest on board. It'll be a 19.026 lap number 1. Oh, and lap 2 not going to count. Betzol up into the outside fence here, coming out of turn number 2. So that's going to about do it here. I believe that's going to turn things over. Josh Buckley will win the pole here for you, the Racing School 100 here tonight. So congratulations to Josh Buckley on winning the pole, but that's not what these drivers are all shooting for. They are all shooting for a chance to win here tonight. Because if you win here tonight, you're going to be headed to a nice little gift here tonight presented by the Racing School. The Racing School up at Thompson Speedway. You get, it's sort of like one of those packages. You're going to be able to get out there behind the wheel. You get a trained professional to drive you around the track, and maybe if you're possibly good enough, like a couple of these guys, trained professionals behind the wheels, you might be able to kind of coax the driving instructor to let you turn a couple laps yourself. So that's going to be the prize for tonight, a nice driving, or a nice racing school, driving school, possibly for Josh Buckley. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But everybody's starting to line up, so let's take a quick gander here at the qualifying grid. Row number 1 here for the Racing School 100 from Thompson is going to look like this. The number 2, driver of Joshua Buckley will roll off here on the first row. Right alongside him, it'll be the 37, his first front row of the season. It'll be the 37 of Brian Robinson. Row number 2, it's going to be the driving school machine, the number 33 of Dan Butler. And right alongside him on row number 2, it'll be the 23 of Blade Timmons. I wanted to say Thompson for the Thompson Speedway here, but that would have been a little bit incorrect. Starting on row number 3, though, it'll be the 26 of Chuck Sweeting and the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. Row number 4 here, it'll be the number 8 here of Alexander Edelman and Layla Christensen. I'm going to roll the 52 there, row number 4. Row number 5 is going to look like this. It'll be Lee Betzel in the 97 machine, and starting shotgun to the field here tonight, new driver to the SK Modified Series. It will be Matthew Scott in the 35 machine. And that's how your 10 drivers are going to look here to roll off for your Racing School 100 here tonight from the Thompson Speedway. We do welcome all of you viewers in here on the YouTube side of things. We appreciate everybody tuning in here on a Valentine's Day here in February. It's a little bit cold up here in the Northeast at the Thompson Speedway. It is actually even cold here in the sim if you really think that 72 degrees is cold. I know I sure as heck do. But we welcome everybody in here tonight. Pick your favorite driver. Who do you think is going to win it here? It looks like Josh Buckley going to come to get the one to go marker. He's going to put the Racing School number 2 on the outside here. He wants to pick the outside lane down into turn number 1 on this initial restart. So it'll move the 37 of Robinson down to the inside. Well, it's about that time, race fans, here from the little half-mile track. We're going to go 100 laps the distance. It's only going to be 53 miles of racing here. So short track, wheel-to-wheel action about to happen here with the Red Light Series. The Driving School 100 about to go green flag. iRacing pace car down and away. Here we go. Put the 100 laps on the board right now. Race fans out of turn number 4. A green flag is officially waving here for the Racing School 100. Pretty good start there that time by that outside number 2. He'll take the lead out of turn 2, and then it'll be the 23 of Timmons hot on the heels. He'll get around the 37. Looks like Trevarthen also going to get around that 37 by the time they get down into turn number 3. Leading the first official lap here tonight will be the Racing School number 2 here of Josh Buckley. They are still battling it out for the second position, though, right now. It is Timmons. Back here for the 8th position, here comes the 35. Scott is moving up in his orange machine to the outside. Blue Nerf bars on that SK Modified. He's looking to the outside of Sweeting out of turn 4, but he will not be able to make the pass. He'll just fall in line for now. It is a very long race. It is a half-mile track with 100 laps. These drivers have a lot of time to try and pick and choose when they want to make their moves here tonight. You see that 26 of Sweeting. He is working over the 33 of Butler. Butler has been shuffled from the 4th spot all the way back to P number 6 right now, but he is just hanging on to that spot as he's right behind the 52 of Christensen. Buckley right now turning some really fast laps. Last time by, he was the fastest car out there on track. Only 3 drivers last time by in the 18-second bracket. And there he is. He'll come back across the line. Already have 4 laps in the books here from the Thompson International Speedway here. Going to open up that gap just a little bit. Let's take a look there. There you see it. That's how far back Timmons is right now with that 23. Trevarthen also right back there in the highlighter yellow machine running in the 3rd spot. Battle back here for the 8th, 9th, and 10th position. Right now, Scott has the 8th spot. Here comes Edelman in the Caterpillar, number 8 machine. Betzel going to drop back to, I believe that is the 10th position. And then they are battling right here. Chuck Sweeting going to go to the inside now here on Christensen. Can he make the inside work? A little more banking to the outside here at the Thompson International Speedway. But that inside lane, if you have the right line, the right momentum, you might be able to carry it around the bottom side. There you see Sweeting go way down there. You see the different color asphalt here. Little newer strip down there on the bottom side of the track, but Sweeting is not going to be able to make the pass out of 4. Can he do it this time out of turn number 2? He gets a pretty good run. He'll suck up to the back, but he will not be able to make the pass. He's going to back off early, try and get the drive underneath off the corner here. Will he be able to put the 26 there? He's going to be able to get the Nerf bar there, but not going to be able to make the pass. Looks like Scott sliding backwards. Oh, spinner out here in turn number 1. The 8 of Alexander Edelman going to go around, and that's going to put us under the first yellow flag here of the evening. Let's throw it back here on our replay, see if we can see exactly what happened to the driver of the 8. I believe the 8 and the 35 may have made contact down here in turn number 4. Let's see if they do. It looks like they're pretty good there. Oh, the 35 bounces off the wall. The 8 hits the 35. The 8 goes down there, tries to drive it out. The 35 drives on, and unfortunately, Lee Betzel with nowhere to go in the 97 machine. He takes it for a little bit of a spin, and that's what's going to put us under the first yellow flag here of the night. Let's go back. I believe we have a roll bar camera here with Lee Betzel. Let's see what he actually saw. You saw the 35 up into the wall. The 8 tried to correct it, and unfortunately, Betzel going to add a little more camber to that right front there as he got into it with the 8. So that was what put us under yellow. We're right back to it here as missed a little bit there, but Buckley still leading the way here, actually staying green flag racing. So that's going to put Edelman down a lap. Betzel's down a lap. 2 laps down would be Scott as he actually came down pit road. He's still down there in the 35 machine. So rookie mistake, thinking the caution came out. It did not. And all that did, though, was allow Timmons to close the gap just a little bit on Buckley. You can see him there in the back corner of that frame there going down into turn number 3. You see him out of turn number 4 closing the gap in that white 23 machine. He is sitting there right now, second place. Looks like Matthew Scott has loaded up the 35. Too much damage, too far behind here on lap number 16. So we'll be down 1 car here. So that will leave Lee Betzel 2 laps down in the 9th position. It looks like he has been down pit road. He got his quick repair used up here in the early stages. Christensen now on the verge of being the next car to go a lap down. He is right now only about a second and a half up in front of the leader. Let's see, do we have a camera pointed towards the leader? There it is. Josh Buckley roaring down the backstretch, closing in on this 52 machine who runs right now currently in the 7th spot. To talk about closing in, look at it. Off the back deck lid here of the number 2 of Buckley, you can see that 23 of Timmons just rolling that line. Ooh, Buckley with a big wiggle out of turn 2. As he makes a mistake that's going to allow Timmons to close the gap just a little bit. So right now it is Buckley and Timmons. The 3rd car in line there is actually the 8 of Alexander Edelman in the Caterpillar number 8 machine. We're still green flag here. After a couple cars got together there, they got him off the racing line. We were able to keep it going green flag here from the Thompson International Speedway. So working lap number 20 for Buckley. Everybody has started to single file out. Your 2 closest cars on track? Well, they just happen to be your leader, and right there it is. The 2 of Buckley so far has led all 20 laps. He started on the pole and has led 20 laps, but now he's being pressured for the first time here tonight. Oh, Timmons gonna go sideways out of turn number 2. He'll lose ground to Buckley. Buckley gonna stretch it out now. Call it about a second gap between Josh Buckley and Timmons. The question being, though, now, how much tire heat up, how much tire damage did the 23 of Timmons do here? It is early enough that he's going to be able to cool the tires down here. Lee Betzel pulling the 97 machine off track. So right now, 8 drivers remain here for the next 78 laps this time by. That's the 78 marker to go for Buckley. And Buckley is still working up onto the lap down traffic here of Christensen here on the half-mile Thompson International Speedway. Track temp still holding right around the 73-degree marker, so it is a very cool night here in Thompson. Probably takes a couple of laps for these tires to really start to wear in. It looks like Christensen going to move down to the bottom lane, going to allow Buckley, your leader, to work right around the lane that he wanted to, right to the outside. So Buckley going to try to extend his lead this time. Let's see what it is at the line. It was 1 second flat last time by. This time by, it's going to be a little bit more. Going to be 1.1 seconds now back to Timmins. Your top 5 drivers currently here on track on lap 25. It's Buckley out front. Timmins right there in the 23 machine. He is running on the P number 2. Michael Trevarthen running just a little bit farther back. He is 2.3 seconds from the leader, about a second and a half off Timmins. He is right there in the yellow 31 machine. Brian Robinson started on the outside pole here tonight. Started in second. He has fallen back to the 4th spot. And now here comes Dan Butler and Chuck Sweeting. Those drivers are running 5th and 6th, respectively, on track right now. They are actually the tail end of your lead lap. They are not in any jeopardy of going a lap down, but it looks like Sweeting is definitely faster than this 33 here of Dan Butler. He just can't find a way around him. Looks like he overdrove the corner just a little bit down there and won, but got a really good run out of turn number 2. So Butler feeling the pressure from the 26. The 26 right to the Nerf bar there on the back end of that 33. Didn't touch him, didn't give him the shot, didn't give him the old the 3 boop on the bumper. Didn't start that just yet here. Short track racing, sometimes you know it might come. But right now, here comes the 8 of Alexander Edelman. He's going to pick up the 7th position. Christensen going to fall back to the 8th spot. Both those drivers are fighting for the lucky dog position here on track. Right now, Edelman has it. Christensen just lost it. So that is 7th and 8th. And back here, these two are still going. Oh, sideways for the 26 of Sweeting. He was to the inside. I think he might have almost had the position, but he got it sideways. And now Butler's going to hold on to the 5th spot. Sweeting is going to have to find a way back around him. Riding on board here with the right front camera mounted just behind the air cleaner on this 26 machine. Look at him go to the inside here. Out of turn 4, not going to be able to put the power down. He'll go back into turn 1, turn 2. Now they exit. Here comes another run back onto the 33, but they're working up onto a lap car there. It's the 8 of Alexander Edelman. Christensen back to the lucky dog position. As right now, Robinson looking in his mirror going, you guys can battle all you want. I'll start to pull away here. Dan Butler is very familiar here with the Thompson International Speedway. Not only does he work for the racing school, he also gets to go out and play around occasionally, I hear, maybe once or twice on the track. So it's a kind of a home track, I guess you can call it, for Dan Butler out here tonight. Right now, he's rolling around on the 5th spot, looking at his lap times, actually still very comparable to your leader. Last time by, it was a 19 flat there for Dan Butler. Your leader of Buckley ran a 1903. So, I mean, he is sitting right there, not falling off the pace. That time by, actually, Dan Butler was the fastest car on track. Maybe the tire wear now starting to play into where Dan Butler would really like it. So Butler rolling around right there in 5th. He has started to pull back in the 37 of Robinson. Be able to see if Robinson's able to start to pull away or not. This is the battle for the lucky dog here once again. It is going to be the 8 of Edelman. Oh, I thought he was going to dive it in there to the inside. He did, but he hit the hooks there, and he backed off. That's going to allow Christensen to retain that 7th position. Back out front here, Josh Buckley has started to open up the gap right now with 65 laps to go here. 35 official laps in the books, and Buckley in the racing school, number 2, has led every lap so far here tonight from the Thompson International Speedway. Started on the pole. He elected to choose the outside lane here tonight, and he has started to drive away. Question being, did keep wanting to say Thompson, but it is not Thompson. It's Timmins. You'd think by now I would know it. Played Timmins in the 23. Is sitting here, falling back just a little bit. Last time by, he was a little bit quicker than your leader. Let's see, this time by at the line, he was actually faster than your leader, and he was actually the 2nd fastest car on track. Michael Trevarthen, who's right there in the Menards 31, he was the fastest car by about 3/1000ths of a second. So could we possibly have a 3-car battle for the lead? Checking back here just a little bit, it looks like the 26 of Sweeting has gone around the 33 of Butler, so that'll put Sweeting now into P number 5. Butler down there running in the 6th position now, and once again, Christensen has worked back around Edelman. They keep swapping this one back and forth like a hot potato. You take the lucky dog spot, no, I'll take the lucky dog spot next time, you know. So these two drivers having a really good battle. It may only be for the 7th and 8th position, but heck, They are duking it out, that is for sure. So here comes the 8 of Alexander once again down to the inside here in turn number 1. Not going to be able to, as he's sideways in his Caterpillar machine. Out of turn number 2, he'll lose the ground once again. Now he'll have to rebound about a half second back. And now talking about a half second, look at your lead here. It is now down to a half second. Did Buckley slow the pace a little bit? Or did Timmons cool the tires down and mount the charge now back to the lead here? Almost to the halfway point here tonight from the Thompson International Speedway. And Buckley right now trying to figure out what he can do, because here comes Timmons. Timmons is coming, and it's going to be in a hurry. Last time by once again, that 23 you see there, the white machine, he was the fastest once again on track last time by. So it's Buckley at the line, then it's Timmons, Trevarthen, Sweeting has now worked his way around the 37 of Robinson. And actually, Robinson has fallen back into the clutches here of Dan Butler. Butler going to look to the inside in the number 33. Will he be able to put it down there and hold it? He's going to run about a groove lower, but he's not going to be able to have the momentum. Holding on to that spot here for one more lap is going to be the 37 of Robinson. And we are actually under caution as the 8 of Edelman has officially gone around, and that's going to bring out the first yellow here tonight. So just about to the halfway marker here, and we're going to have a yellow flag. This is what it was between these two battling for the lucky dog position. 52 had it. The 8 looks like he wants it, and he just drives it in. Maybe just a little too far. He tried to dive it underneath, and just going to slide up, and both of them going to make contact. So both lucky dog drivers are going to go for a spin. So the 8 of Edelman and the 52 there of Christensen going to bring out the first yellow of the night. And as that happens, we actually have all the drivers coming down pit road here, led by Buckley. And Buckley has a good size lead. The question being, will it be 4 tires or will it be 2 tires? So all your lead lap cars here are going to come down pit road. This is officially the first yellow here of the evening, and it looks like a 4-tire stop for all these drivers. They made it just about halfway. Actually, look at Dan Butler. Butler's going to take fuel and go. So Dan Butler going to pull out on the track. He will be the first driver out of pit road. So Butler will be shown as our leader here when we go back green flag racing. It's going to be Butler and Buckley. Trevarthen, then Sweeting. Timmons in 5th. Robinson a 7th. And then it's going to be Edelman and Christensen. It's the 8 drivers left on track here from the Thompson International Speedway tonight, presented by the Racing School. You want to go racing? You want to feel the power? You want to feel what it's like to be out here on the Thompson Speedway? Head on over to theracingschool.net and get signed up for, is it the qualifier? Start your engines, green flag, or is it the modified race car package? They have packages for all ages, all levels. Whatever you want to do, they can do it. You want to see yourself out there being driven around by one of the driving instructors, they can strap a camera inside the car so you can get all your facial expressions as the driver rides up against the wall coming out of the corners at 100+ miles an hour, feeling the G-forces here at the little half-mile Thompson International Speedway up there in Connecticut. They have some really cool things. Go over to their website, check out the events that they have going on here this spring, this summer up there in Connecticut, and get behind the wheel of one of these guys. They have a new modified, I believe, up there that's in the works, and a couple of super late models, I believe. I've seen a couple different cars over on their page, and it just looks like an absolute blast. They also have some footage over there you can exactly see what they do. So right now, it'll be the Racing School car to the inside and the Racing School car to the outside. So it'll be Butler, your leader, choosing the outside, and it's going to be Buckley, who has led all but 3 laps here as the yellow flag comes out here for the first time. So it'll be Butler, Buckley, Trevarthen, and Sweeting, your top 4 drivers. iRacing pace car down on the way. Put another 50 laps on the board. Halfway home right here as the green flag comes out. That outside lane going to get a really good start. Butler going to go down into turn 1. He will have the lead. The battle, though, will be between Buckley. Oh, is actually Butler going to lose the handle down there in between 1 and 2. That's going to allow Buckley to get to the inside. Now it's going to be a drag race back to 3. Butler's going to go back to the high side here in turn 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, though, at the start-finish line, it will be the 2 of Josh Buckley once again leading the way here from the Thompson International Speedway. He's going to try and slide up in front of his teammate there. It'll be the 2 to the lead, but now here comes the 26. Chuck Sweeting to the inside. Here comes that 23, also of Timmons. Timmons wants to come back to the front here at the line. Once again, it'll be the 2 of Buckley. Buckley's going to roll the high side here in 1 and 2. That's going to put Sweeting down to the inside. Buckley going to clear Sweeting. Oh, contact! Butler going to go around. Timmons going to go around. Butler's going to just do a 360 and keep going. Timmons going to wind up to the infield. Another yellow flag going to come out here on lap 53. So 2 cars getting tangled up there out of turn number 2. Let's go back and see what happened there. You're watching the 2 white cars on screen. The 33 there with Dan Butler to the outside and the 23 down to the inside. Oh, it looks like possibly the 23 just slightly comes up and into that left rear quarter panel. Butler going to go around and then just kind of hammers down and drives off into the sunset. Let's go back and see maybe we can find over top. We can find a good angle here. The 23 tries to diamond it off, and yeah, looks like the 23 possibly tried to put the power down, and Butler was just there. So around the 2 go. Both are not going to hit anything, so it's going to be a no harm, no foul kind of thing. They will keep him back on track and going. But that puts us under caution. Question being, will either one of them come down for 4 fresh tires after that slide? We're going to find out here in just a moment. So Josh Buckley still going to lead the field here from the Thompson International Speedway. The new lineup going to look like this. We'll wait to tell you about it just to take a check here to see if anybody is going to come down pit road. Looks like all your leaders here, at least your top 6, will be staying out. So that's how we're going to call it here. It's going to be Buckley, Sweeting, Trevarthen, Robinson, Butler, Timmons. And that's how they're going to line up here. And as we're under the caution, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here to the Thompson International Speedway.
Who's in the race car?
Dada.
Dada? Say go, Daddy.
Go, Daddy.
And just like that, welcome back here to the Thompson Speedway. We're about to take them back to the green flag here. I believe we're going to get the 1 to go here. iRacing pace car lights are off, so we're going to double them back up here. Put 7 cars back onto the lead lap. Put 43 laps to go on the board. 42 when we come back to take the green flag here in just a moment. It'll be Buckley and Sweeting on the front row here, leading us back to the green flag. We got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight for the Racing School 100 from the Thompson International Raceway. The winner of this event is going to get a little bit of a racing experience at the Thompson International Speedway. But first, we got to complete the race. So put 42 laps on the board here. Pace car down on the way. We're going to go back green flag racing. There it is, green flag back in the air. And actually a pretty good start by everybody as they come up through the gearboxes. It's only a 2-speed transmission with the SK modified, but they came from low gear to high gear, you can call it, and high onto the outside there in 1 and 2 was Josh Buckley, and they will actually single file every car out here, but here comes the 23. Blade going to go to the inside. He's going to try and pick up a position here. Trevarthen's right there. They give each other a lot of room this time out of turn number 4. 41 laps to go, and Buckley's out front once again. Trevarthen, oh! The 26 of Sweeting going to go around. Chuck Sweeting, who was running in the second position, going to go around, and he is going to collect the 37, Brian Robinson. That's going to put us back under another yellow flag, and I believe there's something maybe a little bit wrong with that 37 machine. I think it might be walking a little bit funny. What happened here? Oh, he just tries to correct it, and just absolute nowhere to go for Robinson as he got involved, as Sweeting lost the handle of that machine off turn number 2, and around he went. Let's go on board here. I believe we have a cockpit camera riding along with the 37 here of Robinson. An absolute tough break for the 37 there of Robinson, just nowhere to go. He tried to, guess where that 26 of Chuck Sweeting was going to wind up, and then unfortunately was not where Robinson thought he was going to be. So it looks like Sweeting will come down pit road here. And I'm looking at this 37 still here on the replay. It looked for a moment like that car was driving a little bit funny, but maybe not, as here comes the 37. Actually, he's going to bring her down pit road. So 8 cars here left on the Thompson International Speedway, and all those drivers actually are going to be back onto the lead lap here. So it'll be an 8-car shootout here when we go back green flag racing. It looks like possibly going to be right around, call it about 36, maybe 35 laps to go. But we got to thank everybody for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network here on a Friday night. It is Valentine's Day, and one of these sweethearts out here on track are going to win a gift that their lovers out there will love if they would just kind of win it and give it to them. Would Buckley be kind enough to give it to his wife? Or how about Michael Trevarthen? Does he have a secret someone he would like to hand that off to? I mean, Muth in the booth would love a little bit of a gift on Valentine's Day from Michael Trevarthen. Just saying. Well, right now, Trevarthen would have to go up there and snag it away from Josh Buckley, who has been the dominating car here tonight. He has already led 59 laps here out of the 100 schedule for the Racing School 100. And how about Timmons? He's been towards the front all night long here, and it looks like he has a really fast car. He just has not been able to snag the lead away from Josh Buckley. Dan Butler, even after going around, he is inside the top 5 once again. He is running 4th with the Racing School number 33. As we're going to double them up, iRacing pace car lights are off. That means we're going to go back green flag racing with 35 laps to go this time here. And 8 drivers still on the lead lap here. The only retirees out of the race are going to be the 97 of Z-Man himself, of Lee Betzel. And then it's going to be the newcomer, Matthew Scott. They will finish 9th and 10th here tonight. So it'll be Buckley and Trevarthen on the front row, followed by Timmons and Butler, row number 2. iRacing pace car down on the way here onto the pit road. Green flag officially back in the air here at the Thompson International Speedway for the Racing School 100. Well, it's going to be the Racing School 35 here as another good start. And actually, the 23 of Timmons is going to drive the 33 up the track in turns 1 and 2. Now he's going to dive to the inside. Can he take away P number 2? From Trevarthen. Trevarthen's going to hold his line there in turn 3 and 4. He'll power off turn number 4. And Buckley loves everything he sees in the mirror because he has started to drive away here as these guys were side by side. Here comes the 26 of Sweeting. He has fresh tires, and he is looking to go to the inside here on the 33 of Butler. Can he make the inside lane work? We've seen that outside lane be so dominant here tonight. Sweeting was able to get through the corner, but not off the corner better than Butler. Butler going to fire back off that outside lane, and he rips and roars the outside once again down to turn number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, they finally single file it out, as it's about a 0.6 of a second lead right now for the driver of the number 2. And Josh Buckley is loving this track here tonight. 32 more laps around the Thompson International Speedway until we can crown a winner here for the Racing School 100. But it is not over. It is still far from over here tonight. There's the distance between your leader back to second, and that time by, actually that 31 there, Trevarthen was the quickest driver on track. Trevarthen, runs on the Monday night SK, on the Scrambler Series, SK here on Friday night. And he's actually had better luck here on a Friday night running the SK on the short tracks than he has a couple times this year so far with the Scrambler Series between the A-Class car, the B car, and running the C-Class truck. This modified might be exactly what is in his wheelhouse, and right now he's running in the second position, but talk about a wheelhouse. I think Timmons is thinking about taking the passenger seat over on the number 33. He's going to bump draft down the straightaway, trying to close the gap between Trevarthen and Buckley. Here comes Butler once again in the 33. Butler's able to get into the corner a little bit farther than that 23 there of Timmons, but Sweeting is right there. Butler going to dive to the inside here now. Does he think he has what it can take to get around the 23? He's not going to be able to get down there. He's sideways a little bit off the corner. That's going to allow Sweeting to move to the outside this time into turn 3. What's Butler going to do? Butler goes to drive it in, but he is not going to be able to hang the bottom there and get the momentum and the power down. Here comes Sweeting back to the outside in turn 1. Sweeting is going to go around the 33. Butler once again sideways out of turn number 2. So as Butler and Sweeting were battling for that position, it allowed these two to pull away just a little bit, but they have not closed the gap at all on the number 2 of Josh Buckley. Next time by, when we get to the flag stand, we will have only 25 more laps to go here tonight. It is still anybody's ball game. We still have 8 drivers on the lead lap here from the Thompson Speedway. Now, officially, 25 laps to go here in the Racing School 100. Christensen, after being a lap down early, has been back onto the lead lap. Right now, runs in the 6th position. Right behind Christensen is going to be the 8 of Alexander. We saw Alexander go for 2 little rides here in the early stages of this race and now has battled back to the 7th spot. Somebody who's been having a little bad luck here at the late going is going to be that 37 of Robinson. Robinson's now the final car on the lead lap. At one point, he was sitting 3rd on track. He did start on the outside row and now is all the way back to the 8th spot, so it's not the race that he thought he was going to have here in the late goings. As it looks like Trevarthen has started to fall through the field. He got kind of pushed out of the way there, so Timmons is going to take the spot. Now Sweeting is going to be there in P number 3, but it looks like Timmons having a little bit of connection issue as Trevarthen falls back to the 4th spot. Trevarthen finished 4th last week. He would not want to finish 4th once again this week. But taking a look at it right now, Buckley. Oh, as Sweeting's going to go sideways out of 2. Buckley has opened up about almost a second gap here. There you see it. He's going to get 20 to go this time by. And actually, I'm looking at Timmons. Timmons was up the track. Timmons is into the wall out of turn number 4. Timmons hits the wall hard with that right front tire. That's going to build some camber. It's going to put some pressure on that right front wheel. Will it be able to last 20 more laps here from the Thompson International Speedway? That's going to be a lot of pressure on that right front tire. So now Sweeting is a 1.5 seconds behind Buckley. Will Buckley be able to hold on? Will Sweeting be able to run him down? Will Trevarthen be able to get around the wounded 23 of Timmons? And don't blink, Dan Butler still sitting there, P number 5 in that white 33 machine. As Sweeting's going to lose the handle out of 2. He was down into the grass. He'll go from a 1.5 seconds running in 2nd all the way back to the 5th position. 4 seconds back, and he's got Edelman now looking to the inside with those heated up tires on the 26. Oh, Edelman going to go sideways in 1. Edelman goes sideways. That's going to stack him up back here for the 6th, 7th, and 8th position, because Robinson's going to look to take away the 7th spot on the inside. He's not going to be able to, but Christensen's going to put it in the wall out of turn 4. Hard racing, even back for the 8th position here on track. This time by for Buckley, though, it'll be 15 laps to go, and he's got about a 2-second lead. Even in our blimp camera that we have here provided tonight here by the Racing School, You can't even see the second position. Right there he is. It's going to be the 23 of Timmons. Then it's Trevarthen and Butler running in the 4th spot. Josh Buckley trying to hang on here tonight. What does he have to do to win a race? $13 to go as he roars down the backstretch. Timmons not closing the gap. It's staying right around the 1.7 second marker, but Butler trying to make moves here as the laps wind down. He is trying to get to the inside of Trevarthen, but will he be able to? As these two start to battle, Timmons starts to pull away. Blade Timmons in the 23 car is trying to hunt down Buckley. I'm just not sure if he's going to have enough time. It'll be 11 to go this time by. Here comes Butler to the inside. He got a really good run out of turn 4. He's going to be to the inside. Will he be able to make it stick down there? We haven't seen anybody on the long run be able to make it stick. Butler was sideways once again. He has been sideways out of turn 2 more times than not here tonight. Trevarthen going to go way high. He's going to open the door for Butler once again out of turn 4. Butler going to lose a little bit of ground. He'll have to retreat for the time being, but as they battled, that allowed Timmons to open up a second gap over that third place battle. We'll stay right here in the third place battle as we have 10 to go. 9 to go this time by here from the Thompson Speedway. With 9 laps to go, Chuck Sweeting is now caught back up to the 33 of Butler. Butler going to throw a little bit of shade there in turn 1. Sweeting going to kind of diamond it off, try and get the run back down the backstretch. Sweeting not going to get the run he wanted. Butler going to go back to the inside here. Going to bottom out there going into the corner. You saw the sparks fly and it kind of upset the car. Butler wasn't able to get back into the throttle. He had to gather it up. Once again in turn 1, Sweeting right there knocking on the door. 8 laps to go for Buckley. It'll be 7 laps to go for the Racing School number 2. He has about a 1.8 second lead currently. As Butler's gonna slide. Actually, Trevarthen, something happened to Michael Trevarthen. He is in the grass coming out of turn 4 on the front stretch. He keeps it pointed in the right direction, but now that's gonna fall him to the 8th spot. Damn, Butler gonna go around, and that will bring the yellow out with 7 laps to go here in the Racing School 100, and that means it's gonna be shootout time here from Thompson. But first, we got to throw it back. We got to find out what happened to Dan Butler in the 33 machine. There we see what right there as we're backing up here just a little bit farther. You can see what happened between him and Trevarthen here coming out of turn number 4. Trevarthen up there. Oh, and him and Butler get together just a little bit. Trevarthen down into the grass. Butler going to hang on to her. He's going to try and drive the car out of this. And then the car just turns around, loops it around out of turn number 2. So Dan Butler going to bring out the caution flag here. And that's not what Butler wanted to do. He wanted to see it probably go. He had one of the quicker cars. You see the contact there. Was there a tire going down on the 33? Watch him as he comes out of turn 2. He just goes to get back to the throttle, and the car just absolutely goes around on him. Winds up down there in the grass, and that's what puts us under yellow. And taking a gander at it, and your leader, Buckley, will not come down pit road here. So, will this be a one-lap shootout, or will we go to overtime here tonight? That is the question. There are 2 drivers down on pit road currently. It is the 33 of Dan Butler and the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. They will see what kind of damage they have. They do have a quick repair here tonight in the SK Modified Series. So both those drivers are going to be able to go utilize that and possibly 4 fresh tires. The question, though, being, will you have enough time here on the cool night here from Thompson to get some heat in those tires? You're going to have to go out there and really start to heat them up, but it looks like the lights on the iRacing pace car will go out, so we're going to have a green, white, checkered here tonight. Can Josh Buckley do it? Can he win the 3rd race of the season? iRacing pace car down off the racing surface. They must wait for the green flag to come out here before they can fire off. There is the green flag. Buckley back to the throttle. And they actually will all drag race it out down there into one. How far will Timmons? Oh, he's going to drive it in. He's going to hit the brakes. Buckley's going to get away. The battle is on for second. Alexander into the outside wall. This time by, Buckley will get the one to go tonight, presented by the Racing School. We're going to finish this one under green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Buckley is out front. A half-second lead with one to go. Down the backstretch, the gap is not closing. It is still going to be Buckley into three. There's the distance. Timmons going to drive it into 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to get it to stick. Winning the Racing School 100 here tonight at the Thompson International Speedway. It is going to be the number 2 of Josh Buckley. Parking her in victory lane. He's going to win the prize package from the Racing School. What a race we just saw there by Josh Buckley. Leads all but 4 laps here from the Thompson Speedway. Getting a little bump there from Timmons. We gotta say congratulations to him. Josh Buckley saw this track on the schedule this season, and he thought, if there was one race I could win, this was gonna be it. He is celebrating on the front stretch. He is gonna melt this SK Modified down. Don't expect anything to be left of the block or the tires. The transmission and the rear gear here tonight will be absolutely destroyed. The Racing School number 2 gonna park her in victory lane here tonight. Coming home second was Blade Timmons. Coming back to a third place finish is gonna be, I should say, the 26 of Chuck Sweeting. Brian Robinson rebounds for a 4th place finish. Butler drives back to a 5th place. Trevarthen's going to come back into 6th. Christensen's going to be 7th. Edelman is 8th. Betzel 9th. And Scott's going to round out the top 10 field here tonight. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to hear what Josh Buckley, what Timmons, and Sweeting all have to say here tonight.
Who's in the race car?
Dada.
Dada? Say go, Daddy?
Go, Daddy.
Well, welcome back here to the Thompson International Speedway. Race fans, 100 laps in the book here for the Racing School 100. And we have a first-time winner with the Red Light SK Modified Series. It is none other than the man here that drives the number 2, Josh. And I got you right here, Josh, already. Josh, congratulations first off on winning here tonight. But you got to tell us about those last couple laps because you had one heck of a lead, and then that yellow flag came out, and you had to fight for this win here tonight at Thompson.
Yeah, when that caution came out, my heart kind of stopped because obviously was running well. Trying to win the race, I knew what I had to do, so I just got a little nervous because they were a little far back. I'm like, do I take tires? What are they going to do? Thankfully, I made the right choice.
Yeah, you made the right choice. You were able to dominate this entire race. I know you talked with me before the race here. You circled this track on the calendar early on in the season. You said if I was going to win one, it was going to be here. Tell us what you like so much about the Thompson Speedway.
Oh, biggest thing, I grew up in Connecticut, so I consider it some sort of home. Given I've never actually been to the track, but hometown track kind of deal for me. I know there's Stafford as well, but it's just one of those tracks I've run well at. Never been able to actually get a win like this, so it's definitely a special one. But I had this, marked down because I was determined to win it. Spent the week practicing with several different people, just trying to get the lines down, and thankfully it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for you, and especially right here on Valentine's Day. It's got to feel good to win on Valentine's Day also. I'm sure your wife is back there in the background grinning because I believe, did I hear you're going to hand the prize that you're winning here tonight to her?
Whoa, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Well, yeah, I don't know either. Then I'll let you and her kind of battle that out. But I guess you're going to be headed to the Thompson Speedway now. How do you feel about the package you have just won?
I'm excited, man. I've always wanted to get into a car and go around a track, especially a track like Thompson. That's just the words don't even describe that for someone like me. So I'm excited and looking forward to getting that book.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations, though, once again here, Josh. But before we kind of wrap things up here from the Thompson Speedway here tonight, we're going to roll out the red carpet for you in congratulatory celebration and also hand you the microphone here. Who do you got to thank for parking this number 2, the RacingSchool.net machine here on top of the boards tonight?
Obviously, first and foremost, the Racing School for putting this on and the awesome prize. I definitely do. I greatly appreciate that as someone who helps try to run this league. It does mean a lot to me. Obviously, once I knew that prize, that was the big circle on that. Obviously, Dan Butler for getting it out there for them to be able to possibly do this. Obviously, you for putting this broadcast on, and everybody in this league. It might not be a 30-car field, but we're still having fun, and I definitely do appreciate everyone coming out.
Yeah, and that's what it is all about here on the iRacing.com platform. It's all about coming out here and having some good old fun with the good old boys. And tonight, the boy that wins it is going to be the driver of the number 2, Josh Buckley. You just heard from him. And congratulations to Josh once again for winning the prize here tonight from the Racing School. He'll be headed to the Thompson International Speedway to step behind, or step in at least, one of these awesome race cars. So congratulations once again to Josh Buckley. But we have also caught up with the man who finishes in the second position here tonight. And Blade, it wasn't an easy race for you. That car was sideways quite a bit out there, and you had to rebound late in this race to come back to finish in second.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Every time I got close to Josh and tried to close the gap between us, like I told him in race, he throws down that oil. I get a little sideways coming off 2, but I kept trying to make it competitive, try to make him rush his exit off 2, and hopefully he got a little loose, but he kept it under control, man, and he looked good out there tonight.
Yeah, he looked really good. You started right behind him there. Was there anything you could have possibly done in the 96 laps that Buckley led in front of you that you would have been able to do differently to get around him?
Man, to tell you the honest truth, I have no idea because that's the first time I've ever raced a modified here. I tried to make the low side work early, and I clipped somebody and took him out because it pushed me and got me loose. And I tried it the same thing at the last caution, the restart, and I almost wrecked him. So I got way out of the gas because I was not fixing to take the leader that's been running the whole race in the front. So, I just tried my best and nothing worked. So I just kind of accepted the fate.
Yeah, with it being your first time here from Thompson, what did you think about driving around this little half-mile track?
Oh, it's a fun little track now. Four sneaks up on you on the exit sometimes. Like I hit the wall that one time. It just sneaks up if you get in the gas too early. The wall does, and 2 is just extremely loose if you try to make it down low or get in gas early. So it's fun for sure. I definitely would like to try it again.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun track, but coming home second probably isn't too bad out there. How about next week, though? We're going to go from this half-mile track to another little short track. We're going to go to the Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. How do you think these cars are going to handle at Bristol?
Oh, they handle good at Bristol. I've ran them at Bristol before. It's pretty much go time at Bristol. I mean, high side's fast, low side's fast, so it's definitely going to be exciting. It's going to be tight, and it's definitely going to be one to watch.
Well, that's coming up next week. But hey, before we kind of wrap things up here, Blade, who do you got to thank for your second place finish here tonight?
First and foremost, thank fiance for letting me race on Valentine's Day. Appreciate you up in the booth announcing these races, and appreciate Josh for maintaining and doing a great job with this league.
Well, there you heard it from the man who comes home in second here tonight. Just couldn't get around Josh Buckley tonight. Every time he got near him, Josh hit the oil slick button, and away he would scoot away from Timmons once again. So Buckley finishes first, Timmons finishes second. Third place is Chuck Sweeting. Unfortunately, we don't have a line of communication with the driver of that 26, but what we can tell you is the 26 of Sweeting didn't have no sweet, easy race for himself here tonight on Valentine's Day. He was wrapped up in a little bit of a scuffle and had to drive back to a third-place finish, so congratulations to Chuck on rebounding for a third-place finish. We do have one more interview here, though, for your race fans before we wrap up the night, and it's the driver of the 33, TheRacingSchool.net, Dan Butler. Dan, you come home fifth here tonight, and you also circled this race on the schedule, but tonight's not going to be the night for you.
Yeah, I struggled. Seems like from the get-go, I was getting caught up in the wrong line, and it's real tough to pass here, unless you pass like they do in real life, where they dive down low and then tire slap each other. But I refuse to pass like that. So if you saw me in the 31 in the final 30 laps or so, I was trying on the inside, but it's tough. And I gambled early on with that pit stop. I took 2 tires. Everybody else took 4. I was just trying to get some track position, but kind of bit me towards the end of the race, but it was fun.
Yeah, it looked like a fun race out there tonight. But new sponsorship on the side of this 33. New number, new sponsorship, new car. Tell us about the sponsorship on the side of this car here tonight from the Thompson Speedway.
Yeah, this is actually an exact replica of our modified that we run at the racing school at Thompson. If, like I said, obviously Josh will be out there this year now. We'll book him, get him out there, and we stick everybody in a late model stock car to start out with, and then we'll get a bunch of laps, get comfortable with it, and we feel you're good enough. We advance you up, and you get behind the wheel of one of these modifieds, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty awesome. The racing here tonight seemed pretty awesome here at Thompson. Dan, we got to thank you and all the guys over at the racing school for everything you guys do, and I'm sure Josh is already over there doing somersaults. I think he actually is signing over his life now to his wife, though, for racing on Valentine's Day, and now getting to go to the real Thompson International Speedway. Yeah,
maybe I'll be the one. I got the winner gets a ride along. We got a couple 2-seat cars for. They got three or 4 laps. I think Josh will get a 3-lap package, and then he's feeling daring. Pull out the credit card, we'll stick him behind the wheel of one of these cars. But I got to thank Mike Ashero, my boss, the owner of the racing school, and Kendra. You guys do an awesome job, and thanks for putting this on for us tonight.
Well, all I request, Dan, is when the driver of that number 2, Josh Buckley, gets over there to the racing school, we're going to need some footage of that. We're going to have to hear him scream like a little girl so we can play it for the entire Red Light series to hear.
Oh, we will, don't you worry.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the 33 here tonight, Dan Butler, coming home in the 5th position. We got to thank him for everything he is doing here tonight with the racing school and the Red Light series. So once again, thanks to Dan Butler for all the great things he is doing out there. But tonight, it was all about the man in the number 2. Josh Buckley leads 96 laps here out of the 100, the only 4 he didn't lead. He gave over to Dan Butler, the other racing school machine. Dan led those 4 laps under the caution flag and took us back to green and unfortunately slid up the track. That's when Buckley scooted right on by and kind of set sail from that time on. Blade, ran him down a couple times, just couldn't get back around him. He comes home second. Chuck Sweeting, once again, rounds out the top 3. But that's going to do it here from the Thompson International Speedway. Next week's race here for the Red Light Racing SK Modified Series. Going to head to the Bristol Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, we won't bring that live to you. The next time, we're going to bring the SK Modified Series back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You can catch us next month on the 13th. So March 13th, we will head to the New Hampshire Speedway. They tell me that's going to run exactly like Daytona and Talladega, but we'll have to wait a month to find out. Tune back in March 13th right here on your Turn 3 Racing Network to catch more of the short track racing action with the Red Light SK Modified Series.
Who's in the race car?
Dada.
Dada? Say go, Daddy?
Go, Daddy.